Recently, I had purchased one of the new Black Mountain Yoke Capos. This is what it looks like in the packaging. And what I discovered when I did a quick review of it, a video review from my YouTube channel, as I was adjusting or showing people on camera how to adjust this screw, this whole assembly fell out onto the floor. That wasn't so good. However, what turns out to happen is that the original production run, and I got this from Cole, the owner of the company, what happened in the original production run was there's a little set screw down here which tightens up and holds this assembly together so you can adjust to tighten and untighten the pad so it goes up and down to tighten it onto the guitar. What was left out in the final assembly was Loctite 3 to make sure that that screw would never come out. They only discovered it by purchasers of that original run who had difficulties like I did. Now, customer service is a big thing for me. And most companies would have just notified the buyers and said, hey, just to let you know, if you've had problems, you want to use a little Allen wrench, and the size you use is a 0.05. It's the smallest one in one of those little packs that you buy at Home Depot or Lowe's. Just tighten that up occasionally, or use some Loctite 3 before you put the screw in so it won't fall out. That would have been fine. No, that's not what Cole did. What he did was he notified everybody and said, I'm going to send you a new one as soon as they're in from the factory at no charge to replace the original one. And on top of that, I'm going to send you a couple of the Asteroid picks, which are one of his picks. He's known for those thumb picks that have a spring in them, so they're more comfortable to use. Many guitar players use them. I can't use a thumb pick, so I haven't tried one. But what these picks are, the Asteroid picks, is it's 3 different thicknesses, or 2 different thicknesses plus a third, which is very thin, 0.6 millimeter. The others are 1.5, but they're made of different materials. One has a slight point to it, one is rounded, so you can get a different sound from your guitar from the same pick just by spinning it as you're playing. Really kind of an interesting design, and I'll demonstrate it for you shortly. And he also, at no charge, sent some of his Taguas, I guess that's how you pronounce it, picks, which are for flat picking, and they are a thick material. They're probably more of a 2-point or plus thickness, and they have a little piece of, what is that, cork, I guess. I think that's to keep it from slipping as much. Maybe you wet your finger a little bit, but haven't tried those yet. So let's see how these work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the original one, because he said you didn't have to send it back. So now I have 2 Black Mountain Yoke Capos. I will still use the original one. I will just make sure that occasionally I tighten that screw so the assembly doesn't fall apart. And I will use the new one. I may leave the original one at home and keep this one here at the studio so I don't have to take it back and forth. And since he was so kind to send these at no charge, I thank him. Didn't need to do that. I'm still going to pay him for this. I just think that's only fair, because from what I understand, it was a major monetary expense to redo that entire production run. And as a small one-man company, although I think he has 2 or 3 employees who help out on a part-time basis, that was a major hit, because I'm sure the R&D that he had to do to develop this capo was expensive. So I'd like to support him because he is supporting we, the players. I think that's terrific. So let's see how these work. So let's take a look at our new Black Mountain Yoke Capo. I'll show you how it goes on. And what you do is underneath, over, you take that, line up the ratchets. Let me loosen it up a little bit. And just screw it tight. How about that? Works really well. Now, for bluegrass players, what they like to do is take the capo and just move it down and put it over the the nut. I don't like that. I'll keep taking it off and moving it around. That's just the way I do it. But this actually works quite well. It takes a little bit getting used to because of the way it works. You put it around again, you line up the teeth on that, and you just tighten it up. And there you go. Works nicely. It is a little bulkier than most of the yoke capos that I use. Give you an idea. This is the D'Addario. Well, I need to loosen that up just a little bit. And here is my shub. Put that one down there like that, just to give you an idea. And you can see the difference in the size. It is a little bit bigger, not as low profile, but it works just fine. And do I like it? Yes. Will I use it? Yes. Now that I have about 5 yoke capos, I will take the 5 guitars that I generally perform with, and I will put one of them in each case. I'll leave one out to do demos and things like that, but I'll put one in each case so I don't have to worry about forgetting my yoke capo. And my Black Mountain Yoke Capo will be one of the ones that will be in rotation. And as I mentioned, I'm going to keep the original one where the screw fell out. I'm just going to make sure I keep tightening it when I need, so it doesn't fall out. And I will take that one and use that one at my home office. And I will take this one, or keep this one here at my studio, and one of them will actually go in a guitar case. So let's look at the picks. This is the Asteroid pick, and the blue is the thin 0.6 millimeter. And you can see how bright it is. The black is the pointier 1.5 thickness. Much warmer. That's the one they say is great for leads. And then the red, I can't remember what the materials are made out of, which is like a rounded point, is a little warmer. And since I like a warm guitar, I will use the red, the warmer. And then also there's the Tagua pick that has the piece of cork on there, and I'm not sure if the cork goes on your forefinger or on your thumb side, but it just feels more comfortable to me if I put the cork on the finger side. And this, although it is a very thick material, this is easily 2 point, it might even be thicker than that, maybe 2.5, 2.8. And although it has a point, it's nice and mellow. So if you like to play jazz, this would be a good pick. So there you have it. The yoke capo made by Black Mountain. The Black Mountain Yoke Capo 2.0 because of the initial production run having a problem. And again, thank you to Cole and Black Mountain Picks for sending a replacement capo at no charge, although as I mentioned, I'm going to send them the money for it because I will use both of them. And this will make a nice Christmas gift for somebody since we're taping this just before Thanksgiving. If you haven't purchased a Christmas gift for your guitar playing buddy, or if you're a guitar player and you're looking for a Christmas gift from your wife or your spouse or your significant other or from your kids if they're adults, maybe if you haven't tried a yoke capo, try one and ask them for a Black Mountain Yoke Capo. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.